Mark Rogers TV talking to the class of 2017. We bring in defensive tackle Derrick Tangelo, who is signed with Duke as part of the class of 2017. Derrick, appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Derrick, usually my first question to guys that have already signed or committed for 2018 is why blank school? Why did you make that decision? Now, when it's Duke, I think we can safely say that academics had a lot to do with the choice.
My academics had a very big part of it. It was I wanted to make a decision that would set me up for the future, and I just wanted to make the best decision for myself. Duke was a very real place. Like they didn't try to show me the fancy facilities, or they didn't try to show me all the flashy stuff. They just sat me down and said, we're going to bring you in, we're going to treat you as a family, and we're going to care about your growth as a man. So I really like that, and that impressed me off the jump. And Coach Cutcliffe is just an amazing guy. He's mentored Peyton Manning and Eli Manning, and to see the work that he's done with them, I feel like he can develop me into a great player.
Yeah, it's a football program that's been down for the most part for decades and decades, and Coach Cutcliffe came in and really has done a job in making this a viable program, a team that's competed for championships, made it to the ACC championship in 2013, has consistently now, despite last season, has consistently otherwise gone to postseason play for the first time in school history. And so for Duke football to be competing in a division with the Virginia Techs and Miamis and doing it favorably is quite an accomplishment for David Cutcliffe. He's a guy that I covered at Ole Miss and got to talk with on a number of occasions covering Ole Miss football back around 2000. Derrick, talk about your game, and you received 13 offers, I believe it is. And not just the Duke coaches and what they had to say about your game, but just everybody in the recruiting process and why you were sought after.
Well, I pretty much heard the same thing from all these different coaches. They liked the way my feet were. They said I had very nice feet for my size, and they liked how I finished plays and I pursued to the ball and I never gave up on a play. And they just they saw a spark in me. They thought they saw something that they can build off. They saw untapped potential that I could potentially build off. So they all want to see me maximize my potential.
So taking that into consideration, we're in mid-April. You're looking to go to camp in August. I would think that you're going to graduate sometime in June here. And then right after that, going to hit campus and really start to work out now that you're not doing that each and every day right now. So what are you doing to try to get better and get prepared for taking that next step?
What they're really stressing is coming in shape. So I've been doing a lot of running, a lot of cardio, a lot of endurance exercises, because they said that they can build you to the man that they want you to be. They can get you 300, because a lot of people come focus on lifting weights and not running. But once you run and you pass the condition test, they can build you into the type of player that they want you to be. So I'm focusing on running, passing my conditioning test, passing all the running tests, and still lifting, but just mainly want to focus on my cardio and my motor.
Talking to Derrick Tangelo, defensive tackle, signed with the Duke Blue Devils and David Cutcliffe's program there in Durham. Derrick, when it comes to your game in particular, we've heard what the coaches say about your ceiling and a lot of potential that you have. What do you say? What have opponents said at the high school level? Your high school coaches. Tell us a little bit more about your success in high school and what you were able to accomplish there.
I feel like I accomplished a lot in high school. I started playing football in the 8th grade. I didn't really know about it. Coming from a traditional African family, they wanted me to play soccer, so I played soccer. So when I first started playing football, it was kind of interesting. I just played it for fun, but I was good at it. So when I got the chance to come to Bullish, the private school, we played very good competition. The kids that was facing were going to Division I colleges here and there. So I just in high school, it was basically for me to see how good I was stacked up against other competition and see how I performed in different situations and how I responded to different situations, if I was taken out of my element and stuff like that. So I feel like I did very good in high school. I found out who I was as a person and as a player and as a leader. I had to lead my team in some situations. I had to pat the young guys on the back, and I looked up to the old guys, and they gave me wisdom. So I feel like I have a very good base going into college.
Derrick, do you know much about the Duke defense, the style of play, the scheme? I'm sure that's not real important right now. You're trying to get in shape. You're going to get ready, and you're going to have at least a month to get acclimated and understand the concept there. But in terms of what technique you're going to play, in terms of what they do on defense and how that fits your game.
They want me to play three technique, and I think I'm gonna excel at three technique because they want a pass rusher, they want a run stopper, and I feel like I could excel at both. I like getting to the quarterback, and I like stuff in the run, so I feel like that suits me best. Maybe bump me down to one technique for some situations, but I'm gonna be playing somewhere between the one and the three technique.
All right, Derrick, it's a long process when you look at a college career, 3 to 4 years, possibly 5, depending on the situation. Your thoughts about what you would like to accomplish this fall as you move into your freshman season?
Well, I set my goals pretty high, but I feel like it's all accomplishable. I want to, establish myself in the rotation. I want to make my mark on the game early. And, my goal is to be a ACC freshman All-American. That's my goal, be an academic All-American, show that I can get it done in the classroom and on the field. So I'm working really hard to get that done.
Derrick, there's no question based on the offer from Duke and you qualifying for the school that academically you've got everything in place. You're extremely well spoken. You've got high goals. We look forward to seeing you succeed on the field and otherwise here in the next 4 years. Derrick Tangelo, defensive tackle from Duke. Derrick, we appreciate you joining us.
Thank you for having me.